I'm Charlotte Smith with Bladen Online, here with Grace Baldwin at 9381 Center Road in Bladenboro. When did that happen?
It happened on a Thursday, the 10th of this month.
So February 10th. About what time was it?
2:30, something like that, because I had an appointment at 3, and I postponed that appointment because I didn't know what was going on. I was in the house getting ready to go to that appointment, and I kept hearing something popping up in the ceiling, and I couldn't understand what it was, and I kept looking out, but at that time I didn't see anything. But in a few seconds, the fire department was up here. I looked outside and I didn't see anything, so I said, let me get my pocketbook. Then I said, no, I'm gonna get my phone. And then I come back to the door and I looked again, and I looked back towards the top of the house, and I said, oh my God, my house is on fire. My house is on fire. I said, how in the world that happened with no heat in the house? Because it was warm that day. I didn't have no heat on or anything. So what the man did when he saw there was someone in the house, because they didn't know I was home. So they was knocking and they was trying to ring the doorbell, but you know the wires was burning, and so that's why I didn't have to hear the doorbell. But the house got real tight and my ears stopped up and I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't hear anything, and it sounded like it was like roaring. So I said, boy, I better look out again. I looked out again, and I went and I grabbed my phone, and I said, oh my God, Elizabeth Fence is on fire. That's why I saw that fire burning. I said, Elizabeth Fence is on fire. Then I say, where is this fire coming from? Then I started smelling it. Then whenever I opened the door to come out, the fireman, the guy, pulled me out and said, ma'am, this roof is getting ready to fall. You need to get out. So I was trying to get my dog. He said, leave the dog there, and you save yourself because you about to get burned up. I said, Lord have mercy, sir, what happened? What happened? I said, I had no warning of what was going on. And he said, I don't know, ma'am, it's coming from the top of your house. He said, it sounds like it's electrical. And I said, sir, I said, will y'all please save my house? Please save my house. Because I've been living here so long. I was just in shock. I didn't know what to do or where to go. I was just crying and upset, and I was thinking about this, that, and the other. And so it was just bad. So after the fire got kind of ceased, they went in the house and they got my dog and they brought her out and they gave her oxygen because she was kind of, she was kind of out of it, and they brought her back. And I was glad of that because I love my dog. I love animals.
What kind of dog is she?
She's a Yorkie. The dog was upset. She's still upset because she's not home. You feel like you're alone, but I got a good pastor, Dr. Everett and Mrs. Everett. They lovable people and they'll do anything to help you. And they help me out a lot.
What church do you go to?
Bright Swamp Missionary Baptist Church. Reverend Singletary, they church helped me out. And I thank God for my neighbor, for Tom Lancaster, and all the people that helped me. Rhonda, my niece Sharon, and my other niece Cheryl Shaw, and Patricia Falk. They really helped me. They really helped me. They call me and they stand by me. They understand. They act like they understand, even though they never got burned out.
Right.
But they understand how I am because we always been family and real close. But they some good people. They some good people. And this back surgery that I'm having, it's major. I'm going to this doctor in Chapel Hill. His name is Dr. Bromack. So I chose him, and I told him, he asked me when I wanted it done, and I told him the first week in April. I didn't know my house was going to burn, but then I got it set up and everything, and I got to go back sometime in March and get all my blood work and stuff done and paperwork done, and then I have the surgery. But what I'm worried about is I don't have nowhere to go that's handicapped. And I can't walk that far because I get real tired and have to stop or either sit down or lay down. So that's why I don't go anywhere. I just go from the house, church, and the doctor. But I hadn't been to the church in about, I think, 2 Sundays or 3 Sundays. And I missed going to church for years because we worked on the kitchen committee. I worked on the kitchen committee for 28 years at my church. And I sang on the choir, on the gospel choir and the regular choir, you know, on first and third Sundays. And I love it. I love it. I love serving God. I love serving His people. I try to do everything in the community that I possibly can for somebody because I don't know when I'm going to need somebody. But right now, I just need help.
Right.
I need help, y'all. I need help because I lost everything that I had. I've been living here for, God knows, about 45 years. And this is home to me. I don't feel right nowhere else. And those that lost houses and lost everything that they ever had, I know how it feels. It's a feeling that you just don't get over after after it's over with, the fire's over with. You got this anxiety that you're scared, you're frightened, you feel like you're alone, and you just cry a lot, and you feel depressed. And I don't eat well because of this, I just don't eat well. And I don't sleep well. Some nights I stay up all night long. And by day I go to sleep. And I know that's not right, but I'm just having anxieties. I'm having this fear that no one is gonna help me. But I'm just scared. And I've been working all my life. I retired off of
Where'd you work?
I worked at Gerber and I worked at Kaiserhoff. Hardest for 15 years, and I worked at so many places, just so many places until my husband got down sick, and he passed in 2009. And I got to be patient, which I am. I'm very patient, and I'm waiting, but the money is the problem.
Did you have insurance? No. Okay, so you didn't have insurance. Was anybody else injured?
No, nobody was injured.
Nobody was injured, so you didn't have to go to the hospital, and the dog just needed some oxygen?
Yeah, but they wanted me to go because they were scared. They wanted me to walk over there to the rescue squad and lay down. I told them I can't, there's no way possible. I got to see what's going on. And they said my blood pressure has shot up so high, they were scared I was going to have a stroke.
How can someone help you? If they'd like to help you, where would they send the money?
They can send the money to my post office box.
What's your P.O. box?
Post office box 704, and that's here in Bladenboro, and it's 28320.
Are there any tips that you would give someone to help protect themselves against a fire like this?
Yeah, just be careful. Go in your house, check your electrical system. Your electrical wires and system. If anything start cutting off and shutting off like it did at my house, and I didn't know what was going on because I was by myself, my lights would go out, and I called the light company, and they say, well, Miss Baldwin, just hit the top switch and it'll click everything back on. I had warnings, but I didn't know what to do.
So your breaker box was switching off?
Yeah, switching off and on, switching off and on. And I didn't know what to do, so I had called somebody that I know a little bit about electric. He said, Grace, is arcing. It's like arcing. You turn the light on in the kitchen, they'll blow bulbs. And that was the signs that what God was showing me, but when you don't know, you don't know.
Right. And
sometimes God can show you signs, and you'll worry about it for months and months. Why was this done, or what was God trying to show you? But I guess I wasn't being still long enough because I was trying to get my house straight. I was trying to find somebody to get it done. And if I were to sit down and thought about it, what my husband was saying, when they start doing like that some wires is rotting, they rusted and they breaking or loose and stuff like that. Because I noticed the fan in the attic it stopped going, and I said, I don't hear that fan. Then I went to go to the bathroom. You turn on the light and the fan come on. And I noticed that was like whining and acting, you know. So those are things that you should look at. When stuff start blanking in and off on in your house, look for it. Because God is trying to tell you that something is not right. So I noticed when I came back home from getting my hair done, I got in the house and I felt funny. And I said, I'm gonna take me a shower right quick and get ready for the doctor. And I did. I got ready for the doctor, but you know, like I wasn't dried off, so I kept hearing something knocking at the door, and I went to the door and nobody was there. I would come to this door, nobody was there. The side door I come, nobody was there. And I said, why they don't ring the doorbell? And when the house burned, that's when I found out the doorbell wasn't working because it was burned. It was burned. And another thing that you can look for whenever you, before you think your house is burning, a smell. It's a rare smell that comes through the house. And you never smelled that smell before because it's a death smell. But I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it because I didn't feel no heat or anything. But when I got closer to the door to come out, I noticed my ears popped and they stopped up and I couldn't hear. So I closed the door back and went in and finished, started getting ready, putting on my shoes and stuff. And then I heard somebody knocking. I still didn't see anybody. I came to the door and I said, where are they? They're knocking. So I went to the front and I still didn't see nobody. I said, oh, this is funny. Somebody's knocking or hitting up against something, but I don't see the people. But when I opened the door and saw all this burning and the red fire truck in front of me, I didn't even realize it.
Did you have fire alarms in the house?
Yeah, but
who contacted the fire department? Do you know?
They said somebody was passing by on the road and they saw it burning, and she said she turned around and came back and knocked. But by that time, the wires had burned because my husband had wired the wires like in the attic and stuff like that. And it's been a long time since he wired them, and I guess they just rusted and were wore out. Because I know with God, everything is possible. That I'll be all right, you know.
Thank you for letting us hear about your situation.